everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nombuso Matabela and you're watching the Thandulwakhe YouTube channel, a channel that aims to build a community of women who are all about self-love, self-appreciation, self-acceptance and self-commitment. Thank you so much for coming back. Those who are coming back to watch another video, those who watch each and every video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. If you are here and you have not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and then come back and watch the rest of the video. Hit the notification bell, make sure that every time I post, you know that I've posted a video. Like, comment, share. Let's build this family of love, appreciation, acceptance and commitment. Yeah, that's that. Now we go on. Today I'm talking about detaching from someone you love, detaching from someone who's been there, making sure you're okay, supporting you, someone you've appreciated and valued so long, and someone who's appreciated you and valued you at a certain time, but now it's time to let go. How do you let go of someone you love? How do you let go of someone that was there for you through your darkest time? Yeah, let's get into the video. Right, so talking about how to let go of someone that you love, someone that has been there for you through your most difficult time, in your darkest hour. That person was there, making sure you laugh, you smile. When you need to cry, they offer their shoulder. When you need to pray, they're your prayer partner. When you need to talk, they were there, always there, checking up on you. How do you detach from that someone? So this video was inspired by a quote that I saw a few days ago, and it goes something like this. I'm gonna paraphrase it. It goes something like this: if the person that was there in your darkest time or in your darkest hour has become the darkest time in your life currently, then it's okay to let go of that person. So I was like, yeah, I hear this and I think it's worth sharing. It's worth sharing with you guys, because it's just on point, right? Because we do meet people and people become a part of our lives and we become a part of their lives. And when most of the time when we're going through the most difficult times of our life, God will send someone that is going to help you go through that and just be there for you constantly. And let's say that person is that someone that God sent during that period, that stage, that season of your life, and they were just so supportive and making sure that you're okay, making sure that you have someone to laugh with, making sure that you are going to make it, you're going to get over whatever is happening, and you value them so much and you love them so much and you appreciate them so much and you are so thankful for what they've done for you. Because when you look at it in retrospect, you understand that maybe if they were not there, I wouldn't have made it. Maybe if they were not there, it was gonna be even more difficult than it already was. So you appreciate them and you value them, and you also want to make sure that you are there for them the day when that day comes, if it ever comes. But unfortunately, along the way, things happen, people change, situations change, and that person becomes the darkest thing in your life. They are the one now making sure that you cry each and every night. Not intentionally, sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, but they are the one making you cry each and every night. They are the one making you angry. They are the one making you lose yourself. They are the one taking away your peace. They are the one who are toxic in your life. But it's difficult to let them go, because they were there for you. They were there for you when you were going through the most. So what do you do when that happens? So before I continue on that, let me talk about other scenarios that may make us attached to people and attached to relationships. It can be a friendship. Here I'm talking about whether it's a friendship or it's a romantic relationship or it's a family relationship, but it's that person that was there in your darkest time. And then there are other scenarios that make us attached to people and to relationships. For instance, when someone, I'm gonna count 3 scenarios. There's yeah, the first one is the one that I spoke about, that that person was there through your darkest time, né? They were there. And then the second one, it's a person that was there when you were having the greatest times of your life. You made great memories, you went to amazing places, you did the most amazing things, you have so many fond memories of that person and your relationship together, and the most exciting times of your life, it was with that person. So we attach to that person because we went through the most amazing things together. And then there is another scenario where it's both situations in one. That person was there when you were at your lowest, and they were there when you were at your highest, vice versa, and you shared the most horrible experiences together, and you shared the most amazing moments together. So you attach to that person and to that relationship, and it's human nature to think and to want that relationship to last forever, to be always the same and amazing, so that 20 years from now you can share, do you remember that day, do you remember what, do you remember what. It's human nature to want that, but unfortunately life happens, and sometimes that person becomes the darkest thing in your life. Sometimes that person is the one causing you sorrow and heartache, and no matter how much you want to maintain the relationship, no matter how much you try to rescue the relationship, no matter how much you try to look beyond what they are doing and think of the great moments that they gave you and the shoulder to cry on that they gave you, but things are just not the same. You find yourself being restless, not having your peace, not having your joy, and that joy is being stolen by that person. If that person were not in your life, you would be okay, but their presence has become detriment to your life. Their presence is the thing that is causing you pain and sorrow and heartache. That is a problem. That means the relationship has become a problem, and that means the person has become a problem in your life. And I'm not saying you drop that person immediately. You've communicated to this person, you've tried to mend things, you've tried your best, but yet they still continue to be the person that makes you cry and sad and be in sorrow, and you just in turmoil because of that person. However, it is difficult to let them go because you have these amazing memories together and they've been there for you, and the love for that person is still there. So I'm saying it's okay to let go of that person. It's okay to let go of that person, and let go of that person peacefully. Don't let go of that person with anger in your heart and bitterness and resentment. And one thing I've learned is that the more you stay in that situation where someone is causing you so much pain and sorrow and what, and sometimes they're even doing it intentionally because they feel like they have power over you because they've been there for you in every moment. Sometimes they feel like they have power over you because they've gave you your greatest moment of your life. If they were not there, probably you would not have experienced those things. So because they gave you this great moment and they were there with you in your darkest hour, they feel they have power over you, and you can never leave them because you share this amazing bond together. So sometimes they do things intentionally knowing that you're gonna be there forever, but that's not the case. At some point you're gonna have to choose yourself. So the more you stay in that relationship and you stay in that friendship, is the more bitterness and resentment is going to build up in your heart. So by the time you let go of the relationship or the friendship, now you're letting it go from a place of resentment and bitterness, and now you're angry at that person, which does not affects that person in any way, or it does not affect that person more than it affects you, because the anger is from within you, it affects you. The bitterness is from within you, it affects you. The hate, the resentment, everything is coming from within you, and you are not being your best self because of the feelings of negative feelings that you have towards that person. Like I said in my previous video, and I'm still going to make a video about it, that we it's our nature to love as human beings. So when we are being bitter and resentful and full of anger, we are being affected negatively ourselves. That's why they say if when you are refusing to forgive someone, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to to be harmed by it. It's only you that gets harmed. So because you stayed there so long and you allowed this person to do all these things to you for because they were there for you and because they gave you the greatest moments of your times, and or you allowed them to do all these things to you, and by the time you let go, you're full of bitterness and resentment. So it's better to let go before it gets to the point of bitterness and resentment and anger. When you let go of them in peace and you just communicate to them, and you also communicate to yourself that I am letting this relationship go, I am letting this friendship go, because it no longer brings peace in my life, it takes away peace. One thing that we can use to determine if someone still needs to be in our life or not is whether are they adding peace to my life or are they taking away the peace from my life. It's a totally different thing when somebody is adding peace to your life. When you are with them, when you talk to them, everything that you do with that person is filled with peace, and even after you with that person you feel peaceful. But it becomes another thing when every time you have an interaction or you meet with that person, there's no peace, there's just strain and battleness, and after meeting them or after an interaction with them you feel down and low and uninspired. That's a sign that the season is over. The season of that friendship, the season of that relationship is over, and I can let go in peace. Because things change and people change and other people come into our lives for a season, but because of what we share together we want it to be permanent and we fight for it to be permanent, when it's not meant to be permanent. It was just for that season. It was just for that season, for the both of you to be in each other's lives. So you let go of the relationship in peace and you communicate that this relationship has become more of a battle than peace. This relationship has become the darkest time of my life, and it is the dark point of my life. And you explain that it's not because of this and that and that, it's just cause the season for this relationship has ended, and it's better for me and you to accept that the season has ended and now it's time to move on, and you wish that person well. And if they cannot understand, and if like it becomes even a war and whatnot, you just pack your bags in peace and you leave the situation. Mind you, it's also gonna be painful to you, because just because you are the one letting go of the friendship or the relationship does not mean it does not hurt you. It also hurts you because you wanted it to last, you wanted it to be okay, you wanted it to be everything that you imagined it to be, but the reality is it's not that, and fighting to make it that only takes away your peace. Yeah, but so you let go, you pack your bags and you leave. So another thing that causes us to stay longer than we should in a place of darkness and battle is because we have this illusion in our heads, in our minds. When things are great and when things are just amazing, we build this picture that is always going to be like that, and it's even going to get greater. But when the opposite happens, we refuse to accept that it's not going in the direction we wanted it to go, so let's part ways. We try by all means to make sure that the illusion that we had in our mind, the picture that we had in our mind, becomes a reality. And when that picture is only in your mind and not in the other person's mind, it becomes your war to fight, which means it is your peace that has been taken away. So the biggest thing is to accept that the season has ended, and the biggest thing it is to accept what is, not what you had in your mind, not the picture you had in your mind, but accept what is. Not the picture of the person you had in mind, that okay, this friend of mine, we're gonna do this and that together, she or he's gonna be this kind of person, I'm gonna be this kind of person. We build each and everything in our mind. So if you see that this person is not what I had in mind, this future is not what I had in mind, accept the reality of who that person is, accept the reality of that situation, and pack your bags and pack your peace and your joy and vamos in peace, and mourn the relationship in peace, and eventually you're gonna be okay and another season comes, because that's how life is. there's always a season. There is always a season. So that season has ended, another season has come. Just like the saying goes, when one door closes, another opens. It's life. Something has to keep on going. Life is not stagnant. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was so calm. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you take something from it, and I hope I did not offend anybody. Yeah, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and tell your other friends and your family members and everyone and your colleagues to subscribe as well. Thank you so much. I love you, and have a wonderful day.